What is happening, guys? It is Saturday and we are at the Hack and Pack shop, and as I promised, we are going to do you guys have your doubts. I've been reading your comments. Hey, if it works, it works. If it don't, it don't. Alright? If you guys that did not see yesterday's video, let's get the hood open on this son of a bitch. We are putting a rod bearing in this son of a bitch. I have the brand new rod bearing somewheres over here. What the hell did I do with it? Is it in my pocket? Oh shit. Alright, well somewhere there's a freaking, here we go. Brandy new rod bearing. Look at that, pair of them. They're standard size. If you look there, hopefully it'll zoom. Maybe, maybe not. It says standard on it, STD. Okay, not like STDs like you got freaking bugs crawling around on your pecker. I mean, we're talking STD isn't standard. So, there's a pair of them. I got two of them just in case. Alright. I bought me a brand new torque wrench yesterday. Right here. Along with a $400 worth of other shit at Napa. Alright, it's an old school one. I know you guys are going to go, oh, the one with the clicky's better. Well, guess what? This was 20 bucks cheaper. And how many times do I use a torque wrench? I've never even owned a torque wrench. Okay? So, I'm probably going to use it once, and then maybe one more time in my lifetime. That's it. So, I'm going to need a torque wrench. I'm going to have to go in and look up the specs. I think they were like 40 pounds. Not sure though. I think that's what it said. I know one of them were like in the 40s. I don't know if it was the mains or the rods. But yeah, so let me get a light underneath there, figure out where I can clamp you guys down to so you can get a halfway decent high quality video. I think I'm going to pull this this right front wheel so we can get access to the crank. I know probably the thing I should do is try to get at that center plug, the number 3 plug in the back, and take that out so I'm not fighting against compression. But is what I'm thinking is if I can get in there, I'm hoping there's an access hole down in the frame there to get on the crankshaft. I'll just turn the thing over with a pry bar. Not a big deal. Okay? Or with a breaker bar, I mean. So, let me get you guys clamped down. We'll get some light underneath there and let's do this shit. Alright, first thing we gotta do, guys, is drain this oil out of here. Try not to make a mess. I probably am gonna make a mess, because I'm just a messy kind of guy. Alright guys, so we got the oil all drained out. I put the drain plug back in and tightened it up. Now if you guys look, got a bunch of pan bolts. Alright, all the way around this oil pan. Don't really have to take anything else off but the pan and the shield right here. Okay, it looks like it's got some little 10mm bolts holding that little shield on. Looks like two 10 mils and maybe a 18 or 19 right there where that braces, okay, to the left of your screen. Alright, so that's got to come off too. So I'll go ahead and I'll take the shroud off of here, okay, and that'll reveal the flywheel. We're going to take this bolt out, and then we're going to start taking this pan off here. Alright, so I'm taking this last bolt out of here. I don't know how long it is though, holy shit. There we go. there's your inspection cover. Now we should be able to get to all these pan bolts. Kind of hard to get into the right light here for you guys. There we go. Then you can see, of course, the flywheel. Okay. So now we have to take all those pan bolts out. 10 millimeters. Alright, I'm going to get the air ratchet out and start zipping these bitches off here, and then we're going to see what we got going on. Okay. We have 2 more bolts to get out of this pan. I know you guys are going, frickin' pisser! We can't see, neither can I. Son of a bitch. Trying, guys. Now I got a bolt here. It's left. Then we have a bolt in the front. And this thing's gonna fall right on my head. Okay. What's the holdup? Looks like a coolant tube for the radiator. There we go. And she's still oozing and dripping. Wow, there is some material in that oil pickup. I don't know if you guys can see it or not. That is not a good sign. So we're going to be doing number 3 cylinder. So that should be, let's see here. And I think it's going to be this one. I need a camera with a freaking light on it. That would make life a lot easier for all of us. Alright, well, let me pull the wheel off this thing. Ugh, I just ate some oil. Yummy. Let me pull the tire off this thing and see what we can get into here. Son of a bitch. Alright, we're just going to turn this thing over by hand here. Best I can. I'm trying to do all this shit one-handed, holding the camera for you guys. I just basically want to bring that number 3 rod down. Oh, we're on a compression stroke. So this should be our number 3 right here. Getting shit in my face, let me tell you. Son of a bitch. Alright, middle rear cylinder, yes. Back, middle. Okay. So we're going to be taking off this rod. I don't know what size it is. But before I take these off, I'm going to put a torque wrench on these things, and I want to see what pressure they're at, what foot-pounds first, just to make sure none of these mysteriously got loosened up, because you just never know. So we're going to torque wrench all these mains. Here we're going to, check the torque on all the mains and all the rod bearings first, and I'm going to run down and look up the specs, and then I'll come back up and let you guys know what I'm finding. Okay guys, right there, dead center, that's the rod bearing that we're messing with. Or no, I'm sorry, it's this one. basically, I just want to check the torque on this. It says it should be 40 pounds. So there's 45. That's pretty good. And we'll check the other one. Okay. Check these other ones. Randomly checking here. Okay. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to take off this cap. Alright. And we're going to see what this bearing looks like underneath here. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to try, after we get this loosened up, I'm going to try to wiggle this connecting rod right there back and forth and see if it's got any wrist pin slap. It's going to be really hard to tell, guys. Like I said, I'm just kind of winging this. I mean, it does have a little bit of slop back and forth, so it's probably not good. Okay. But we will find out. Maybe it's supposed to. Alright, let me get this freaking cap off of here. I'm going to need both hands to take this off, so I'll get this cap out of here and then we'll start this back up. Alright, so here comes our bearing. Oh, and it's got a fucking chunk in it. That ain't good. Is that a chunk right there in my hand? Bearing scorn. And the crank does feel a little bit scorned. So what we're going to have to do, see if I can push this piston up a little bit. See if we can walk this other bearing out of here. I'm going to turn the engine over by hand. She'll fall right out. Oh, we gotta go the other way. And maybe she won't fall right out. Son of a bitch, come on, baby. I'm getting a shit ton of oil all over me. Grab our screwdriver. I'm trying not to touch the crank with us either. I have to go a little bit further. There we go. She does look pretty nasty. Son of a bitch. That'd be my luck. Have a little bit of a groove in her. Alright, let's compare the new bearings to the old bearings. Okay. This is the bearing we just took out of it. You guys can see where it's a little scoring up. discolored. This is a new bearing. Big difference. So this job is probably not going to have that long of longevity, is my guess. Okay? Like I told you guys yesterday, I'm just going to wing it. If it helps it a little, it does. If it doesn't, it doesn't. I'm probably going to ship this off to the auction anyways. Alright, but there is quite a difference there. So what we're going to do, we're going to put this sucker back in. New one in it. I'm going to take and sand the crank just a little bit. Try to knock any burrs off it. Some emery cloth. Actually, I don't think I got any emery cloth here. I'm going to have to use something else. Maybe like some 300 grit sandpaper or something. So my guess would be that this was the culprit, okay? But for some reason, these look like the wrong fucking bearings. Maybe not. You can even see the difference in the thickness in them. Alright, I'm going to have to double check these bearings though, just to make sure that we're good. We definitely don't want a problem with that. Okay guys, if you look at this bearing cap, you see that right there where my thumb is, that there's a notch for the bearing. Alright, that's how it sets in there. I know this camera looks like it's a little bit blurry. I don't know, I got oil all over it, so hopefully you guys can see this. Okay, and you definitely want to, definitely want to oil all this up. Oil the crank up, everything before you put it back together. Okay? We're going to go ahead and slip this bearing, the other side of this bearing, this piece, into the other side, into the piston side. And then we're going to put this bitch back together. Okay guys, I have you dangling upside down here with me. Now I got a piece of emery cloth and I cut it the same width as the surface that the bearings are up against. So what I'm doing is I'm working this thing around and trying to sand it nice and smooth. Now I've been going at this for a couple of minutes. You want to pull good firm pressure so that cloth is rubbing against this thing straight. Okay, now I am putting a normal size bearing back in this, so like I said guys, we're winging this thing, okay? Now I'm just turning the crank here so we can start sanding on a new part. I gotta be really careful too, because the piston, I pushed the piston all the way up so it would be out of the way so it wasn't rubbing this cloth. This is just the last ditch effort guys to save this engine. I know some of you are going, it's not gonna work, it's not gonna work, it's gonna blow up. Well, it might. It might. But can't say we didn't try, for one, and for two, it gives you guys a hell of a video to watch. So if it works, it works. If it don't, it don't. That's all I can say. Ooh, and I just got oil in my face again, right in my mouth too. The shit don't taste very good. All right. I gotta shut you off. I gotta go freaking wipe my face. Okay guys, I got this thing sanded down pretty good here. I'm just taking this cloth and wiping it down. It does still have a minor groove in it, but it's not as bad as what it was, and I really don't know how far I should take this thing down. So I'm gonna just pretty much call it quits there, I think. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to grab the piston, if I can here. I'm going to get this crank out of the way though, so I can bring this piston back down pretty much just doing this by feel. Okay guys, if you look up in here, you can see a notch. Okay? So that's what you want to do. How do I do with that bearing? Here it is. You got to put this bearing in here so it's going to go in the notch. So basically what you do is you just pretty much put the cap on, the bearing on. Actually, I got to push this piston up a little bit here. And we're just going to spin it around, hopefully. You guys keep in mind, I'm learning right along with you here. I've never done this before. Plus I'm trying to hold the camera with one hand because the fucking ball freaking shit it out. The tripods, or the camera, the bottom of the camera is stripped. So the tripod isn't screwing onto it. So of course this is going to fight me. So what I'm basically trying to do is get this thing. Here we go. Spin the bearing around up in there. Hopefully you guys just seen what I just did. I'm going to pull the piston down. Keep spinning. I should have grabbed a little screwdriver or something. Something to push with. This will work by turning this. It might work, it might not. Try it. No. Alright, so I guess we gotta grab a little screwdriver or something and spin this bearing around. Yeah, I'm gonna grab something. Alright, let's see if I can hold you guys and do this at the same time. Maybe. So I just want to push this bearing around. It's got to go in that little groove. Something stopped that. Okay. I did get two bearings in case I screwed one up. So, hopefully we'll be alright here. What? Oh, no. Twisted. Okay. Try this again. I don't think you should have to force this though. Okay, now it's in the groove. Where's the groove? Where's the groove? Hopefully you can see it. Okay. I think. That's right. I guess that should be flush. Shit, you know what I forgot was the damn plastic gauge too. Shit. Alright, well we're gonna frickin' wing it without one. Screw it. Our store is closed. Shit. So there we go. I think that's where that belongs. Now we'll grab the cap. It's already got the bearing in it. Put a little oil on it. I'm guessing. See, I don't know which way the cap came off. There's a little notch. There looks like there's a little spot though. You guys are just dinkle dangling all over the place. Pain in the ass is go over for the camera. Hope you guys enjoy this. Right there. It looks like where the other bearing rode against that. So, I would assume the cap goes this way. Freaking phone. This is my assumption. I always got to double look at shit. Yeah, it's gotta be. What the hell is that up there? Damn, something up in here. That's not good. Well, guys, I have a feeling this isn't going to hold together. It might, but... yeah, the way that notch looks, I guess. Look it. You guys are probably yelling at me, "You're doing it wrong, you're doing it wrong." Unfortunately, by the time you guys are watching this, it'll probably be too late. Okay, so I guess put the nuts on, torque them down. If it works, I'm going to be a happy camper. If it don't work, I'm going to be like, small bitch. And if it don't work, it'll probably be bad results. Putting the whole motor in a bitch. Then I'll be really freaking grumpy. Just trying to rescue it, guys. That's all I'm trying to do. Into this thing for so much freaking money. Okay. On the handy dandy ratchet. I'm not going to crank down one side all the way tight. You should go side to side with it. Get the torque wrench. And it says 40 pounds and then 90 degrees. Okay, I'm going to have to bring this down, I think. going to work it side to side. Right now they're both at about 30. I think I need an extension. Alright, I'm going to shut you guys off. I'm going to torque this down and we'll go to the next step. Alright guys, we're going to take this pickup tube off of here. And I just want to clean it out. Ooh, more oil. More oil, more oil. So I got the O-ring on it, so that's good. I just basically want to flush this thing out with some shit. Oh, son of a bitch. So let me go grab some parts cleaner and we'll clean that pickup tube up. I got it sitting on a rag so I don't get shit off the floor in it. I'm just going to basically kind of half-ass back flush this thing. Ooh, look at what just came out of there. Oh my god. That is not good. Tons of big bearing material. If you guys can see it or not, hopefully. Wow, not good. I don't think this isn't gonna last, guys. Big chunks. You can just see them all over. Yeah, this is not good. Yeah, you should be able to see that now. I don't know how this thing didn't already blow up, to be honest with you. Alright, let me finish cleaning this out. We'll put it back in and... well, see if she'll run. Okay, look at the inside of that pan, guys. This is totally not good. Is this job going to last? I doubt it. I don't have a whole lot of confidence now after seeing all this. But it may work. I doubt it's going to knock when it starts. I doubt it's going to knock in a week. But who knows what it's going to be like after that. But I am going to run it around. And I'm just taking random rags right now, just trying to wipe some of this shit out of here. I'm going to run it around and see what happens. I'm kind of curious, and I know you guys are too. The chances are this thing will be at an auction. I'm not going to... I don't really have enough faith in it to sell it to the general public. But I do have faith to take it to an auction. And I'm sure it's better than it was when I got it. So, hey, it is what it is. So I'll just take, clean the inside of this pan. I'm going to run a bead of RTV around this edge. And stick the pan up in it. We'll put her back together and we'll fire it up. See what she does. Alright guys, the pan's in it. We're going to give it a shot. Put some oil in it, put some 1030 in it. I put a half a quart of Lucas in it. Just because. I'm going to get this baby topped off and we'll fire it up. I'm sure it's going to clatter like a bastard in the beginning because basically everything is dry now. You know, we took the pickup tube out of the freaking out of the oil pan, and of course it lost all the oil and shit out of that, so, you know, when it starts, I'm sure it's going to clatter, guys. If it doesn't, it'll actually amaze me, but the problem was this thing knocked when it was warm, okay? It did have a teeny bit of a clatter when you first fired it before, but nothing severe. What do we got left in this thing? Maybe a little more. So hopefully, man, I am freaking a dirty, oily, shitty mess. Damn up there. Damn near it. A little bit more. Freaking phone. Annoying the shit out of me. Alright guys, moment of truth right here. Son of a bitch. Hopefully she's not going to blow up. If it does, at least it's still on the lift, right? I didn't put the torque converter shield back on it either, or the flywheel shield. Alright, fire them up. Well, it's running. See if we have oil pressure. I do hear some upper end tick that I did not hear before, so I don't know what's up with that. A lot of these engines too, when they're cold, they have what they call piston slap. They're always a little bit noisy. General Motors are really known for that, like their newer engines, like the 5.3s especially. This is the first time I ever really started this with the hood open cold, so I really don't know how noisy it was before under the hood cold. Well, we'll let her warm up. I'm going to take her off the lift and we'll go for a test drive. See if the son of a bitch blows up. Son of a bitch. Looks like our camera's about dead. Alright guys, let's see if she fucking blows. Freaking check engine lights on now since I did our little test yesterday with all the coils. Probably going to have like a multiple misfire code. being real easy on it because it's a brand new bearing. And the battery is flashing that it's going to die. So let me run this thing up the road a mile, we'll get it up to temperature, and then we'll turn you back on. Son of a bitch. I think that's a lot better than what she was, guys. I say run the son of a bitch. I'm going to take it to the auction, dump it anyway. So I hope you all enjoyed the video. Gotta shut the hood on this son of a bitch. Y'all have a goody goody. Thanks for watching. It goes down the road. It hasn't blown up and it's quieter. So I guess, well, I guess we'll see what happens at the auction when it goes. Thanks for watching, guys. Later.